Rabbi Nachman, he talks about different types of intellects. There's what's called sechel bekoach, sechel befoal. There's a potential intellect. There's an actual intellect. There's all the things that you learn through your life and you acquire. However, he says the ultimate and most important intellect acquired is called sechel hanikna, the acquired intellect. In other words, in your lifetime, you learn many items, okay, and you can technically value yourself in what you've amassed and relate yourself to that intellect. But more than that is what comes out of the intellect that you gathered. What is the deeper thing behind what you amassed, all the intellect and wisdom that you amassed? What stays with you forever? That, Rabbi Nachman says, is the goal. The sechel hanikneh is what remains of a person after he passes away. What he's connected to, the deeper intellect behind what's available in this world, and that it should be lasting. In order for that to happen, that there should be a lasting intellect that is a positive benefit to the person himself, to his neshama after his passing, and if he has shared it to other people, therefore to mankind, whether it was through word of mouth or through books and teachings, right? This sechel nikneh is really dependent on the quality of the intellect that through your lifetime you're feeding into yourself. So that means if you spend your lifetime feeding your brain with garbage, with newspapers and news and media and what the world has to offer, you have very little chance of connecting to the sechel nikneh. Because anyways, the intellect that you're trying to imbue doesn't have an ulterior and hidden wisdom behind it that's lasting. Rather, it's all passing. Therefore, there's no chances of getting a sechel nikneh. However, if a person is pursuing and interested and swallowing up and gathering as much holy and pure wisdom as possible, so then a person has greater chances, and if you want to say, definitely will connect to this sechel hanikneh. This also applies to Torah study. In your lifetime, you will have learned a lot of Chumash with Rashi, a lot of Mishnayot, a lot of Gemara, right? And you see sometimes that nothing stayed with you. Seemingly, you don't have with you carrying all those things you learned. And sometimes you may feel bad. I learned so much and nothing stayed with me. I feel like I forgot everything. What happened to all that Torah that I studied? You're not aware of it, but all the things that you've learned, all the Chumash and the Mishnah and the Gemara and the Halachas and everything, their goal is to set within you this deeper intellect called the sechel hanikneh, and that is what stays with you. And how can you identify this sechel hanikneh? When you are put to the test in life and you're faced with difficult situations, your reaction to those situations in life, doing a positive reaction, is a clear proof that you have acquired the sechel hanikneh. Because if that's not the case, where else would you have learned how to instinctively properly act in trying and testing situations? The fact that you did do the right thing shows that you have acquired and connected to the sechel hanikneh. But again, to get to the sechel hanikneh, this acquired intellect, requires again amassing a lot of wisdom. But all these wisdoms are like hakdamot, introductions. They're not the real thing yet. They're introductions, you need them. But they're to get to the deeper intellect, which is to stay with you and is to change you. But again, to get to it, you must go through all the branches of the Torah, or at least whatever is within your grasp. And if nothing's within your grasp, at least the most basics. But not to fill your head with bogus, with foolishness, with foreign ideologies and wisdom, because they sink into the person and they don't leave a lasting impression for the good, right? You might even find, for example, many famous quotes which seemed helpful in life, like for example Mark Twain's statements that you heard and everything, and they seem positive and helping and something which seems very strong, but you will see in life that these statements are not there for you at your difficult situations. What stays for you, if you are, God willing, a God-fearing Jew, someone filled with emunah, is the sechel hanikneh, the acquired wisdom, which comes about into you after spending time just filling in your brain and your mind with holy and pure teachings. Then the sechel hanikneh, the acquired intellect, sinks in and stays with you.